special envoy? To Tantal? Me?
Correct. Behold. As a salvager, I imagine you are already aware, but this is Allrest, the world we currently inhabit. We make our home on Titans, moving in circles around the world tree. And here lies the Great Void. This void came into being 500 years ago. It did not exist prior to that.
So I've heard. It's in our way anyway. It stopped us reaching the world tree.
The Great Void is carved from the Cloud Sea by a monstrous beast known as Ophion.
Wait, you mean that thing?
To be precise, it is an artifice, a servant of the Aegis.
Of Mithra?
So if that thing is Mithra's, then what did it attack us for? Doesn't make sense.
Ophion was felled in the ancient battle with Malos, sinking below the clouds. This means someone must have revived it.
Correct.
And you're saying that someone was Zeke's home country, Tantal?
Yes. They gave Ophion one directive: to ensure that none approach the World Tree. They sought to prevent a repeat of the horrors of the Aegis War, so an obstacle was created, the Great Void.
How did they manage a feat like that?
As I've said, mankind is regressing. Only one artifact remains that can rescind Ophion's orders, and it lies in Tantal.
It's called the Omega Fetter, and it's guarded by the royal family. I'll take you to it.
I've prepared your envoy documents already. Your quest is to set foot in Elysium, correct? Malos and his ilk will surely seek the Omega Fetter for themselves. I would ask you to reach Elysium before they do, and inform me of what you find there. Do it as a favor for a once foolish old man, and so that people may have a future in this dying world.
So Zeke, you're going to be guiding us to Tantal, right? Sure am. But let's head back to our chambers before we talk about it. This isn't exactly the place for discussing stuff. Back to our room. Got it. Back to our quarters we go. Hey, what's up, my Dokus? Jason here, bringing you back to more Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Last time, there was a meeting held here in the Praetorium for the leaders of the nations. There was also a funeral held for Fan. And we also heard about the World Tree, and how the only way to really get there is to convince the people of Tantal, or I guess the royal family of Tantal, to let us get the Omega Fetter. And this time, well, we're going back to our chambers to discuss it. We prepared your rooms. I presume you'll be wanting to take your leave soon. Please make sure you're well rested before you set out once more.
We can reach Tantal by ship, but once we're there, we'll need to do a spot of walking.
So we're travelling with Shell, dear? Never thought I'd see the day.
I think you'll find I make a fantastic ally.
Luck of Zeke not so great. Bet we shipwrecked by tomorrow.
Cheeky furball.
We're all gonna die.
Hey, Zeke. You said before that Torna concerned you too. What did you mean by that?
What? Oh, yeah, that. I don't know about those clans, but Torna, the country that fell 500 years ago, they were the ancestors of us Tantalese. The people of Tantal are descended from Adam, the hero of Torna who escaped its destruction.
So, after Pyra fell asleep, Adam escaped to Tantal.
That's right.
That is the first I've heard of it. I have studied much history, but this story never featured. Most peculiar.
We're humble. Don't really like to brag about it. The only real trace left is in this here sigil of the royal family.
So why did you awaken Hayes?
Because her power was of great use to me. Indol has found itself under attack from Torna a number of times. She was necessary in driving them back.
Really? Then why don't you seem to have any others? Blades, that is.
Driver though I may be, I am no fighter. Besides, I find the warrior monks here so reliable. They get the job done.
If you say so. I wonder, do you know why Torna are using the name of a dead country?
Jin was a blade of Torna once. Loyalty or nostalgia? Who can say? Perhaps both.
Is that really all there is to it?
You don't think so?
I don't know much about what happened while I slept. There are no written records, either. All we have is stories passed down.
And you think that is insufficient? History is a murky thing. Only those present can truly know what took place.
But weren't you one of those present?
And that is why I offer you my cooperation.
I guess we'll find out if we go to Tantal.
Right, let's head for Gyota's port. Can we make it a leisurely walk? I guess. Why? It's been yonks since I last went home to Tantal. I've been thinking of Indol as my home so long now. It feels weird to leave. I want to enjoy my last moments here. You can be shockingly sentimental sometimes. I know, shocking, isn't it? Oh, that was Pandoria. Shut up, you two. Gonna make some Indolian presents for the folks you haven't seen in a while. Huh, as if my old man would want any of that. Come on, let's start walking to Gyota's port. You could grab a swig of a Difa along the way. They don't have that stuff in Tantal, so this would be your last chance. I said shut up already. Alright. Looks like it's off to the port. Oh, of course they're gonna make us take the leisurely walk.
And we're you.
Let us go.
Oh, a treasure trove.
You're all mine.
Calm your mind. Structural analysis in progress.
Leave Nappa to Poppy.
Let's do it.
Watch, let me guess. I don't have level 2 focus unlocked at all.
I think I've come up with something good.
Okay. Well then. Do you have any desserts?
I love this. I love this. How did you know? I love this.
Alright then. Let's see if that changed anything. Darn. Well. Oh, we're up to rank D with Mithra. Oh, rank C as well.
Tensions seem high.
From what I gather, it seems an official summit is to be held between Morardain and Uriah.
A summit? You mean about the recent punch-up? But I thought...
Didn't Praetor Amalthus get them to stop and sort it all out?
Perhaps there are some discussions they would prefer Indol not to be privy to.
Besides, Uriah doesn't like to associate too closely with Indol. They'd hate to be seen as acquiescing to the Praetor's will. Got to keep up appearances, you know.
Acquiescing? You what?
Like letting him tell them what's what.
For such a spanner, you sure use some big words. How come?
Stop calling me that! Buzz off, kitty no-mates! Anyway, this summit would explain why Morag isn't around.
Indeed, she has much to attend to.
Shared sovereignty over Gormott.
Yes. I don't think anything less will be sufficient to placate them.
The Senate would never approve it.
I can overrule them by decree. Of course, I would need to secure Senator Roderick's cooperation.
Imperial decree? If it's come to that, well then I cannot dissent. I cannot help but admire your courage, Your Majesty.
That means a lot, coming from you.
Acting Chairman Nira.
Sorry for intrude. Is emergency, so Nira take liberty of drop by unannounced.
You certainly look troubled, Chairman. So, what is this emergency you speak of?
Well...
Alrighty, let's continue on to the port so we can go to Tantal. Seems to be a lot of commotion between the two nations, but we don't gotta worry about that.
So, we can make our way to Tantal from here. I assume the Praetor has a ship waiting for us.
Hey, Shalad.
What?
Are we really gonna just leave Morag behind?
Who's leaving anyone? She's got her own priorities, you know?
Yeah, but still.
Anyway, her schedule is filled with official duties right now.
For sure. It's just a bit of a shame is all. You know, since we came all this way together.
I guess I know how you feel, chum. Huh? Speak of the devil.
Bana's going for the summit.
On top of everything, an assassination attempt?
If blood gets spilled at the summit, it'll mean war.
War's good for business, after all. I guess he wants to use that to get himself back in with the guild.
Why, that little? I was wondering where he'd slunk off to. What a sneaky git.
It seems Acting Chairman Nira wishes to take care of this incident covertly, to avoid it reflecting badly upon the guild.
So you came to us?
If we mobilize the army, the whole thing will become public.
Oh, I get it. so we're a more convenient solution.
I'm not forcing you. If you refuse, Bridget and I will do what we can alone.
Ah, come off it, lady. You wouldn't even think of dragging us into this if you thought you could handle it on your own.
I suppose not. You know Bana as well as I. There's no telling what he might be plotting.
According to Acting Chairman Nira, several giant weapons were being built at the factory where we last saw him. And one of them is currently unaccounted for.
Giant weapons.
Got it. Besides, you know, we've got our own score to settle with him.
Thank you. It will be easier to focus on my duties knowing you are on the case. Good luck.
Leave it to us.
Bana the Schemer. Alright, looks like we have to ask around for shady figures plotting an assassination attempt. Hey, you heard about anything suspicious going down at the Uriah Ardanian summit? Well, I saw those weird bird people. Not like Napon, a bit bigger than that. And really, birdy looking. I think I saw pictures of them before in a picture book, but I can't remember what they're called. Turkin, maybe? That's it, they're called Turkin. Thanks, that was really bugging me. But what would a bunch of Turkin be doing in a place like this? I do wonder. Myself, I am an Ardanian, yet I live under the protection of Indal. And the Urians and the Gumanti here, for instance, seem to get along just as well. But just take a look at those lot, clutching their tools of conflict and fixing one another with the coldest of stares. They can't even have a civil discussion short of holding a banquet like this. Don't you think it's absurd? If they have the time to be wasting on such extravagances, they should use it to save their own suffering people. It does frustrate me. Sometimes I think the people running those nations could learn a thing or two from our camp. There was one request I thought was definitely suspicious. We had a Napon fellow asking about supplies of poisonous substances. I told him we do not handle such items here, of course, and he left soon after. But from what I hear, he's been asking around other places, too. Who knows what he might be plotting? There's certainly something not quite right going on. I saw a very large wooden crate being transported on to the Titan battleship. It was accounted for on the inventory list, so most of my colleagues think it's no problem. But I honestly can't imagine what they would want such a huge box for. I'm worried about what might be inside. The Ardanian Titan battleship has extremely sturdy defenses. I doubt there's a single weapon in this whole port that could damage it. Besides, I hear the main conference would only be attended by a very select group of trustworthy individuals. I can't imagine how any miscreant could hope to get close to the VIPs to harm them, even if they wanted to. A lot of people are on edge, but I don't think there's anything to worry about. Nothing untoward is going on in the Ardanian army, I assure you. Those who have come to Indal belong to the Kareg Imperial Guard, elite soldiers who have sworn more solemn oaths to protect the Emperor. So if anything suspicious were going on, I'd venture you'd have to be on the Iranian side. I find it difficult to tell what those people are thinking sometimes. In the current climate, I fear almost anything could happen. I can scarcely wait for the day when the huge, awful Titan battleship is gone from our shores. It pains me to see even such a slightly unsightly structure in our beautiful city. I'm sure all upstanding Indalian citizens resent its presence. Why can Moradin or Uriah not cease all this foolish conflict and simply submit themselves to the will of Lord Indal? Perhaps that there are untoward intentions on the Moradin side. Frankly, I would expect it. But I can assure you that we of Uriah have no intentions of trying anything funny. The word of Queen Rakura is absolute. We trust in our queen, as she wills it, we would gladly put our weapons aside, so there's no need for concern. Of course, if the queen ordered me to take up arms, I would gladly fight tooth and nail against those Ardanian dogs. You would do well not to forget that. Oh, I have a good one for you. Some kind of ingredients with a monstrous foul odor were carried into the Ardanian Titan vessel. The stench was so strong, I can smell it on my clothes. There were other ingredients too, weird and wonderful, the lot of them. I don't know what they're for, but it can't be your average recipes. Problems at the summit are a ridiculous notion. The summit will be held aboard this Titan battleship, so we had no need to fear attacks from the outside. This door is the only entrance, and it will not be opened until just before the summit to admit Queen Requira. We have not allowed a single suspicious individual to pass this point. As such, there is no need to fear attack from within either. We've gathered quite a bit of information now. Yeah, but plenty of it blatantly bogus. But there were some rumors in there that did bug me a bit. Time to sort out the real dirt from the baseless suspicion. Ooh, detective time. First, we clear up basic premise. Who is targeting Summit of Nations? Is former Chairman Bana Master upon forget already? No, Tora not that stupid. It's traditional for deducings to start by listing information everybody know. Proper flow is for Rex to think carefully and provide answer. Okay. On to the next basic premise then. Where is the summit to be held? It's inside the Titan battleship for Morodain. Yes, that's right. It seems like Bana is planning an assassination, but what method do you think he might be using? I think the method might be poison. Yeah, the ship's totally secure from the outside, and only trustworthy people will be attending after all. I guess the only method that really leaves is tampering with the food. But when would the poison be added, and to what exactly? Maybe they'll contaminate the drinking water at the conference. But did we not hear that the main conference was only to be attended by select trustworthy individuals? It might be possible to contaminate the water supply before the conference begins, might it not? If it were me, I wouldn't even drink any water at the conference like that. Can't be too careful around people you don't know very well. Is that how it works? Maybe there's a more effective method. It's got to be with the meal at the banquet, right? Yes, I can hardly imagine the VIPs will be preparing their own food. I'd quite like to see Morag and Bridget try cooking for a banquet. And someone was saying they'd seen a lot of weird ingredients being carried inside, right? Indeed they were. Suspicious big box carried inside too. Could the strong flavored ingredients be used to hide the taste of the poison? You're sharp, Rex. I'd bet that's exactly what they're for. The only question left is, who will be carrying out the poisoning itself? Let's see now. Could it be those Turkins? The ones the girl was talking about? Bana used Turkin as minions before. Tora, a member from Artificial Blade Factory in Morodain. I can see how they might be more convenient for him than hiring professional assassins then. Yeah, but you think Turkin know the first thing about cooking? I don't know about that. Listen, I think we're just going around in circles here. If we know somebody's probably gonna poison the food, why don't we go check out the battleship itself? Good point. Regardless of who's carrying it all out, we should act fast and see if we're gonna stop this plot. That's settled then. Everybody go to dining hall of Ardanian battleship. Alright, quest complete. because I don't know what we're up against, you know, I think it's time we switch back to Pyra, especially since she's been involved in cutscenes, and I kind of want to keep that fitting with Pyra and Mithras. I kind of want to show, you know, them involved in the cutscenes depending on where they are. I don't know. Anyway, we're going to go to Wharf 2 so we can be right next to the entrance.
And we're you.
Let us go.
I guess we better go see. Oh, this is confusing. Why does Pyra and Mithra? Screw it. We're switching back to Mithra because none of this is making. This is all confusing me because there was Mithra there. I don't know. Anyway, we're back in the armory. We're basically like kind of re-getting all these landmarks. Guess we need to find our way to the banquet hall.
Stop everything! Hold it!
What? Who's you?
Don't play dumb! Poison! That food is poisoned!
Poison? You kids crazy in brains.
We're past talking! Quick, grab them!
Yeah!
I'll take you all on.
Forward, Rex.
You put your feet
Alright, I
over
guess
there.
it's us against the Turkins. Go ahead and topple.
Maybe we'll get out of this right after all. Gemini, my thoughts exactly. Quicken arts. Why not? Sword bash. I won't stop. Spinning edge. Maybe we're not.
Doing break again.
Let us make use
I'm
of
on. Let me show you things.
For sure! Yeah!
Try to keep it up.
No one
Gemini, you
This element is now fire.
Wicked. Just as we planned.
Sword bash!
Top lane.
Let us make use of it now.
Ooh, we leveled up there.
Still getting strong.
Everyone's getting sliced. Why not? Double spinning edge!
Make haste and retreat.
Quicken
Sword bash!
Sure.
Eagle eye.
Double spinning edge!
Hey, they deflected it.
Sword bash!
Backward break.
Let's go breaks for the top one.
Why not?
Eye up.
Double spinning edge! Hit it, no!
Gemini, lightning. Lightning. Over you.
Gotcha!
Oh, you can't do
Why
that.
not?
Break.
Only 2 more to go.
Let us make use of
Let
it
me
now.
take it.
Double spinning edge!
Hey, over you. Quicken arts.
Bash! Hit it, no!
Ray of punch.
Giving the full treatment.
You just give me the wheel. Everything
Double
goes.
spinning edge!
Hold off. Break.
Sword bash!
Gemini, you.
Okay, topple him.
Make haste and retreat.
Why not?
Oh, you can't do that.
Double
We
spinning
can do
edge!
it. Ha. Gemini, you.
Sword bash!
And 1 more left.
Gotcha! Why not?
Is this to your
Double
liking?
spinning edge! Ha!
That takes care
Sword
of that.
bash! Why not?
Quicken arts. Eye up.
Double spinning edge!
Gemini, loop.
Sword bash! Sure. Anchor shot!
Make
Go
haste
for
and
it!
retreat.
Sure. I'm up for sure!
Lightning. Gemini, loop.
Break.
Please wait!
Papoonin! What are you doing here?
What silly question! It's Papoonin who hire world-famous band of gourmet chefs, fire dragons!
World famous?
Gourmet chefs.
Moradane, very insistent, want only very best food for important summit. Papunin work wings to bone finding chefs, and now what this?
So you mean...
These guys are...
Just a bunch of cooks.
I did think they were not putting up much of a fight.
Then this food is actually...
Delicious! I could eat this stuff forever!
What friend doing? Very expensive food now go to waste.
Sorry! We really did think they were here to murder someone.
Murder? What this nonsense friends talk? I demand compensation. Friends have no idea how much time and money Papunin spends on this.
An explosion?
Huh? From where?
Hey, what's going on?
Explosion in the hangar! Right when everyone was busy with Queen Rakura's arrival. It's really bad.
The Queen is here? This is it?
Rex, we need to hurry.
Yeah.
Hey, wait! Hey, no running away! Compensation!
Who are you, villain? Is this some underhanded Ardanian trick?
Wrong! But also right. Truth is complicated. Anyhow, here is where Queen died. If it looked like Queen killed by Moradane, me in the money again!
That voice. Bana, from the Argentum Guild.
Correct! Top marks for the Queen!
But you were unseated as chairman.
It's not so easy to get rid of Bana. Trade Guild of Argentum belong to Bana, down to last screw, last drop of oil.
Hold it, Bana!
You, Rex! Nah, Bana not let Rex interfere with plans. Again and again, Bana not stand for this.
Master Pan, that artificial blade.
Rosa! Meh. Tora feel much greater power than before. Especially from mark on forehead.
What's going on? What's that?
Even Emperor comes straight to Bana. Convenient little mob to play.
Come on, Bana. Cut the bad guy talk and accept you've lost. You know you won't get away with it. What with all these witnesses here?
If Bana simply kill everyone, then nobody blah. Victory of Bana is assured.
You know we can't let you do that.
You think you handle the power of upgraded Giga Rosa? Things go very different this time.
Let's show him a thing or three.
Come on then, Rex.
Alright, it's time to take on Giga Rosa. She doesn't look like she's gonna be much of a pushover this time around. But we will not let Bana get away with what he's doing. Go ahead and try to level up our arts a bit. I'm actually going to switch over to Pyra because Pyra's attacks will be more effective here because we are inside a building, so if we use Pyra's arts here, we'll have a bit more of an easier time with our special just because we're inside, unlike Mithra, where Mithra needs a,
You don't stand a chance against the spinning halo. It's okay.
And he toppled me.
Sure.
You know, when you say me, don't you, or you, don't, I guess we, don't you mean me? It looks like he's regenerating some of his health.
Cheers for that.
Okay, let's go for our level 4 special.
Let's go. Rex, I'm with you. Burning sword. Good on me.
If you're wondering why I'm not going for my, chain attack, it's because we really only have 2 people in the party, and it's just not the best idea to go for a chain attack with only 2 people in our party. If we can get a 3rd person back in our party, that'd be great, but
Anchor shot. Let us make use of it now.
Rush down. Why not? I'm looking around.
Double spinning edge.
Okay, go Gemini loop. Maybe you should slow down. Close enough. I'll back you up, but I'll do what I can. Now's a good time to get healing.
Sure. For sure. Sword bash.
okay. This isn't going too well. Yeah, I'm about to die. Yeah, he's gonna kill me.
Double spinning edge. Sword bash. Why not? Double spinning edge. Defend you to the last.
And of course he topples me because he's an asshole. Okay, this is a time-limited missile, it looks like, so we better destroy it before it explodes.
Here we go. Let me help.
There we go. That takes care of that.
Sure.
And yet another one.
What would you have me do?
Double spinning edge. Why not?
It's okay.
There we go. Let's go for a level 3 and see what we can get here.
We're gonna need a lot of luck when I'm Not on my watch. Cheers for that.
And of course, another missile, so we need to take this one down. You are an ass. Okay, let's topple him quick.
I'll just make use of it now. Sure. For sure. Double spinning edge.
You literally sound like a familiar character from Xenoblade Chronicles 1, and if you sound like a character from Xenoblade Chronicles 1 that is annoying, you're done screwed up. Alright, let's go for our level 4 special again.
Worst comes to worst. I'm with you. I'll patch you up.
Good to have you here. Sword back. Healing circle. Yeah. Double spinning edge.
Futile.
Alright, go for the topple.
You might not be much, but I'll do what I can.
Alright, go for the back. Sword bash.
Double spinning edge.
You hurt. Let me help. It's okay. Cheers for that.
It's a good thing he hasn't done the other one yet. Because it kind of... And I say that as... He basically does it. Where'd it go now?
Do you need a rest?
No, I can keep going. Much obliged.
I won't set.
Double spinning edge. Save yourself. Grump said it best.
Dominance. Can't look away. Too bad for you.
Sure.
Thought he... Ooh, I am going to die.
I can't watch this anymore. Just let me take
I shall defend you to the last, my lady. Much obliged.
Oh, so apparently Mithra just joined in the battle.
You might not be much. I'll do what I can.
Double spinning edge.
Now's a good time to get
Dang it, why is it that he changes his position every single time I try to go for an effective attack?
Can't look away. Too bad for you.
Okay, do you like run out of rockets to do that with?
Here we go.
We almost got him down. Let's go for a level 2.
You might not be much, but I'll do what I can.
Double spinning edge. Why not?
Let me help.
Sure. Double spinning.
No, it's screw it. He's almost down. Let's go for the chain attack to finish him off.
We're up, Gramps. Prepare yourself. Get him, Nia.
Here I come, ready or
Raging Tiger!
My incredible power knows no bounds.
How? Even Giga Rosa defeated by these nasty, meddling kids.
This ends here, Bana. You are under arrest. The Praetorium will handle the judgment. Assassination is a serious matter. Your sentence will be harsh.
So the mercantile genius Bana meets an inglorious end before my very eyes. Pitiful.
Bana is... Bana is not kind of man to go down like this.
Ah.
If I go down, I take you with me. Watch out!
Aegeon! As you wish.
Niall Ardenek, you sought to protect us?
I'm glad.
Majesty! Majesty! Your Majesty, please, no!
Your Majesty. I have failed you.
It can't be. To protect us, you... Please, wake up. Niall! Niall!
Morag.
Dromark,
Yes?
distract the others.
Distract? I'm not sure No. My lady, you cannot.
There's still time. Hurry!
Yes, my lady. There are more of them!
Where?
What'd you say?
This way! The rest of you should get to safety.
Chum!
I'm on it.
You are...
Shh. You're gonna be fine.
What do you mean, imagined it? You got us all in a proper tizzy.
My apologies. I thought I spied silhouettes. I did not mean to cause trouble.
Hey!
Huh?
Hey! You guys! His Majesty the Emperor's awake!
What?
Can it be?
Majesty?
I apologize for making you worry.
Majesty! It's a miracle.
When Aegean returned to his core, I was certain we had lost you.
Honestly, you call yourselves soldiers. First aid? Anyone heard of it?
But his wounds...
Just scratches. Nothing me and Dromark can't handle.
You saved... Thank you, Nia. I truly don't know how to... I will never be able to repay you for what you...
Oh, don't sweat it. Let's just say you owe me one. That'll do fine, right?
Nia. You shouldn't be up. It's only been one day. Please don't strain yourself.
Half a day off and look at all this paperwork. I swear, it's like they don't want me to sleep at all.
Majesty.
Special Inquisitor, I hereby issue you new orders. It is my wish that you travel with the Aegis as an emissary of the Empire. Guard her, and defend her against her enemies until she reaches Tantal.
Guard the Aegis?
I've already discussed it with His Eminence.
Forgive me, Your Majesty. I cannot accept. Just think about what happened yesterday. It would be sheer foolishness for me to leave your side.
Is that so?
Huh?
I can see it in your eyes. It's clear that the Aegis, or rather, that boy, has made a great impression on you.
That's not. I am your Special Inquisitor. Ensuring Your Majesty's safety is my only concern. To abandon that duty and go traveling... Is this... Aegeon's?
A driver who cannot even protect himself is no driver at all. Yesterday's events have made me keenly aware that I have no aptitude for it. It will be of more use in your hands.
Majesty.
The world is changing, Morag. I trust you more than anyone to lend that boy the wisdom and strength he will need. I miss it, you know. Lake Util and Gormott.
What?
Remember when the two of us would shake off the servants and go swimming there?
Yes. Of course.
Kids from the nearby village would come too. Good times.
Majesty.
If Mor Ardain, no, the whole of Allrest, could be like that again, wouldn't it be beautiful?
Is that my new duty then?
In truth, it should have been you sitting in this chair right now.
The Imperial line has always passed from father to son. On the day Your Majesty was born, that's exactly what happened. I knew that day would come. It came as no surprise.
You were raised by my father to take the throne of the Empire, as befits the daughter of my Lord Uncle Andrig.
And I am grateful for it. If not for him, I would never have met Bridget. Never have met them. I'd have missed out on so much.
There. Those are your true feelings. A magnificent power resides in you. Morag, power like yours exists to be used.
Niall.
You've been tied down long enough. Follow your heart, Morag Lidair.
I have no words. Thank you, Your Majesty. Very well then. I hereby accept the task you have assigned to me.
That's the Morag I know and love. Make me proud.
So that's how it is. It seems our paths continue to entwine.
That's awesome news. To be honest, I was really hoping there was some way you could stick around. I was just thinking of asking you myself.
Saved you the trouble, did I?
That you did. Thanks a bunch, Morag.
I can't help but feel that in all the confusion surrounding Bana, our concerns have been neatly swept aside.
The Praetorium maintains absolute control over blade distribution. It is quite vexing.
Awakening rates from natural cores are very low, which limits the pool of compatible drivers.
So to create large numbers of drivers, the cleansing Indol provides is a necessity. That much I'm willing to accept. The real problem is the fact that the Aegis has awakened. Now, this is no time to be squabbling over territory. If we misread the situation even a little, Uriah itself could be sunk to the Cloud Sea's bed. Emperor Nile must surely be thinking the same thing. That's why he sent his precious Morag to shepherd them along.
And now we find ourselves in their debt.
Who could have predicted such an act of selflessness? Was it just the passion of youth? Or was it...
My liege?
In any case, for now we should keep our troops mobilized while we monitor the situation. I hardly expect Tantal will comply with the Praetor's plan so easily either.